Hello and welcome to my channel, Lotto for Fun. Glad that you are here. This is where we play the lotto for fun while increasing our odds of winning. And there's a lot of different methods I like to use. And right here, I'm going to use one of my favorite methods, which is the even odd strategy, as well as the high-low strategy. And I'll dive more into the details as far as how I go about pulling the numbers, reviewing them, analyzing them. As you can see, I have a worksheet here, and I'll break this down. But believe me, this worksheet it was a lot I put into it because it's actually in Excel with a lot of formulas and things of that nature. So you get to see the pretty end of it right here. Um, I'm going to only go over 8 states, which are Maryland, Michigan, Minnesota, Mississippi, Missouri, Nebraska, New Hampshire, and New Jersey for the sake of keeping the video as short as possible. But every day I will continue to go through a list of different states and we'll just dive into basically what numbers have been pulled and what to kind of determine the next set of numbers to play and hopefully win. All right, so let's dive right into it. So I'm going to start off with the even odd strategy for the state of Maryland. As you can see, again, pulling numbers as of January 12th, 2022. For just, a quick cheat, I guess, grid right here. Just, obviously even numbers, obviously odd numbers, and then the different even odd combinations, and there are 6 of them right here. So what I like to do is first, I like to pull the last 20 draws, most recent draws for the Pick 3 lottery, and I believe we are looking at, oh, it is Pick 3. Okay, I'm sorry. I know each state has a different name, but I guess in Maryland it is called Pick 3, not daily or numbers. So that'd be a different state. Anyway, so as you can see, the dates, the numbers that were drawn, and then I have a formula in the background of an Excel spreadsheet that I use first, and it basically looks at each number and of course determines if it's an even or not odd number, and you can see the different combinations that are generated here in this last field. Next, what I like to do is I like to take all of the even odd combinations and just create a sum of how many times that combination shows up. And as you can see, there are 2 combinations that are highlighted where they have been played 5 times within the last 20 draws. So this is a formula where it'll say, where it says, if this combination has been played 5 times or greater, shade it, turn it to a gray shade. So that lets me know which combinations have been played the most so far. And of course, all the other ones, some were kind of in the middle. They've been played, 3 or 4 times. As you can see, there's been about 3 combinations that have only been played once within the last 20 draws. And of course, one, which looks like a pretty cold and maybe even a good combination to play in the future, just waiting for it to happen, is the even, odd, even. It has not been played within the last 20 draws. So that might also be something to keep an eye out on. But as we can see, there are 2 that are hot and they have been played, 2 combinations that are hot and have been played quite often, which is odd, 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 even. Again, for the Maryland Pick 3. And I forgot to mention, I'm looking at the evening picks only. I don't mix evening picks with the midday picks. I like to keep it consistent with the specific time frame. That's just something I've always done, and it tends to work out for me that way. Okay, so next portion is what it starts with, what the combination has started with. So as you can see, most of the number combinations that have been picked within the last 20 draws has started with an odd number, 17 of them, where the remaining 3 have started with an even number. So that's also something to keep note if you're looking to determine the next, numbers to play for the next evening draw. You might want to consider playing a combination that starts with an odd number. Again, as you can see right here, the combinations played that are greater than 5, equal to or greater than 5, These two right here obviously have started with an odd number. Okay. And the last piece is times played greater than 5. So just the number, the individual number by itself, how many times has it shown up in the combination? It doesn't matter if it's the first number, the middle number, or the last number. Just how many times has that number shown up in the combination? In the combination of the last 20 draws. And as we can see, there are quite a few nines here, so 3 has been pulled a lot, or drawn a lot. 7 has been drawn a lot, and 8 has been drawn a lot. And then, of course, we have some numbers. Maybe the next hot number is 9, and then we see some numbers in the middle where there's, the 2 and the 6 and the 4 has been drawn or played about 4 to 5 times. And surprisingly, the number 0 has not been drawn. So again, that is a cold number because we haven't seen that pretty much in any of the 20 draws. So you might want to consider maybe in the future throwing a 0 in there, because it's going to show up sooner or later. We just don't know when. That's the only thing. So there's no guarantee to know when it'll show up, but we know that it eventually will show up. And it's just a matter of, how you play the number, how you've incorporated the number 0 into your combination. Okay. All right. So let's go to the next sheet. For Maryland. Again, we're still doing the even odd strategy. So the second page here still pulls, the same information from the first sheet right here. The combos played starts with and played, times played, excuse me. All, same information is brought forward. However, the new section here is picks for the next 2 to 4 days. Again, I'm playing evening to evening. I don't normally mix up evening to midday or midday to evenings. I like to kind of keep it consistent. However, you play this game the way you want to play it. But for this sake, I would say within the next 2 to 4 days, you might want to consider playing any of these combinations right here. Now, these are straight box combinations just for the simplicity of things. However, you can always take these numbers and, of course, rearrange them in any kind of order you want. But, they're all odd numbers. So it's just something to consider going forward if you want to kind of play this type of strategy, play this type of method. And if you do, I hope you win. Let me know. Leave a comment in the box below and let me know if this helps any, if this kind of gives you a winning strategy of your own. Maybe you can use some of this to incorporate what you're already using, or if you've used this directly and maybe you've won a box or a straight winning draw. I hope so. I mean, that's the fun of it. You want to win. All right. So the next page is the high-low strategy. So it's really, really similar to the even-odd strategy. It's just the different set of numbers represent, of course, a different, what am I looking for? I kind of lost my train of thought here. It's kind of looking for, a different description, I guess. We'll just call it that. So as you can, real simple, all the high numbers, basically 5 through 9. And the low numbers, obviously 0 through 4. So very simple, straightforward. And below are the different high-low combinations. Again, 6 of them. You can see right here. And then we followed the same even odd strategy for the last 20 draws that were pulled. And again, counting how many combinations that were played, how many were greater or equal to 5. And as we can see, the low, high combination seems to be pretty popular, or has been popular over the last 20 draws. And as we can see, the other ones are kind of like in the middle. We got some 2s, we got some 3s. And then the low, that combination hasn't been played for a while. So that's a cold combination, but we do know eventually that combination will be coming up. We just don't know exactly when. So you can try and play it if you want, or play it later. But eventually we do know that will, be thrown into the mix and be pulled. A low number combination. Okay, starts with, as we can see here, there are more high numbers in the combinations that have been played versus low numbers. Well, actually, it looks kind of even, almost even to me. It's only 2 point difference, but still, the high numbers seem to be, more popular or has a higher chance or probability of being pulled because it's 11 versus 9. And then times played, which number has been played the most, greater than 5 times. As we can see, we have the number 3, the number 7, and the number 8 again. Same as the even odd strategy, of course. We see those numbers tend to be pulled quite often, more so than the others. And here's the last page where now we're looking at, again, the same information that was pulled as far as number of times played for combinations starts with in times played. But now we're looking at, okay, what kind of combination do we want to play in the future? So since low, high, high seems to be the most common combination played for the last 20 draws, the most popular, it seems like. So for the next 2 to 4 draws, again, we're looking at the evening draws. You might want to consider the combination, the group combination of numbers here. Again, it's not to say that you have to play them all. It's not to say that you have to play them in that exact order. Feel free to shuffle them around. But, for fun, take a crack at it and see if you win. I hope you do, or incorporate it into a strategy, an existing strategy that you are using. Let me know. Okay. All right. So I'm going to go through, now that we've kind of went through the 4 sheets for Maryland, I'm going to go a little faster with the other states now that you're more familiar of the whole setup of how these numbers have been analyzed and how the most popular group of numbers are pulled, and you can use those as your potential future plays to see if that might, help you win. All right. So next state is Michigan. As you can see, last 20 draws, and then combinations played. The most popular combination that has been played so far is the odd, the odd, which is has been played 6 times, but the second highest is odd, even, odd, which has been played 5 times. Starts with, it seems that most of the combinations have been starting with an odd number, as you can see, 15 times over 5, and then times played greater than 5, which number in general has been played the most. As we can see, it's been number 1. Hey, number 1, 12 times, and actually close after that is the number 9, which has been pulled 11 times. And the least, let's look at the cold numbers. I like to call them the cold numbers, of course. The 3s, which is pretty interesting. So we have no 0s or no 1s. It's meaning 0 times or maybe 1 time, and then that's it. The number 0, the number 2, and the number 5 has shown up in combinations of the last 20 draws at least 3 times. All right. And then we'll scroll down to the second page for even odd. And since, again, odd seems to be that hot combination that's being played the most for the next 2 to 4 draws, evening draws, you might want to actually consider playing odd combinations. And here are the combinations that are available that fit into the odd strategy. And again, you don't have to play them straight. These are straight numbers, but you can box them, change the order. You don't have to play them all. Again, mix that up. And again, I hope you win. Hope this helps. All right. High-low strategy. All right. We're going to switch over to the high-low strategy for Michigan. And as you can see, the number of combinations played, the highest number combination is low, high, low, which has been played 5 times. And we do have one combination that hasn't come up yet, which is a high, low, high. Starts with the number, if it starts with a high number versus a low numbers seem to be winning or being played the most. And the number that has been played the most times, 5 or greater. Again, from the even odd strategy, it kind of duplicates that. Number 1, of course, has been played 12 times or pulled 12 times, 9, 11, and so on and so forth. All right. to the next sheet for high-low, we are looking at, okay, what numbers fit into that low, high, low combination. And you can take a look at this at the box right there. Mix it up. Feel free to use what you would like in the order that you would like it, and I hope that you win. All right. Next state is Minnesota. Even odd strategy for Minnesota. And we are looking at the last 20 draws have been inputted, and then we have combos played. So it looks like the even odd combination is popular, has been the most played combination, which is coming in at 5 times. And for the cold combination, or the cold numbers of the combination that are being played the least, is even odd even and odd even at one. It has been played once. So hopefully those combinations will be coming up again soon if your strategy is to play the cold combinations versus the hot combinations. All right, something to keep in mind. Starts with, so it seems like the even numbers are, being played a little bit more than the odd, but to me, it's still kind of almost 50-50. And the number that has been played the most times, just in general, greater than 5 times, as we can see, the number 7 seems to be played the most. It has been played 10 times at least within all the combinations that have been drawn for the last 20 draws. And it looks like the number 8 and 9 are kind of like the least common played numbers. All right. And as we scroll to page 2, same information on the side. So again, even odd has been played 5 times. That seems to be the hot combination. Here are the group of numbers that fall into that even odd combination, and mix it up. Choose which numbers you would like to play, you think you should play, and I hope you win. All right, next one, high-low strategy for Minnesota. Last 20 draws, same last 20 draws. And it looks like for the combinations that have been played that are either equal to or greater than 5, it doesn't look like any of the combinations have reached that number of draws. So the next highest number is 4. And it does not change the color code because of the formula that I have set, but we'll take a look. Let's just say 4. Let's just say the high, low seems to be the most popular one to continue playing, or you can play high, which is the least, or the cold combination that hasn't been played as often, and it's only been played once. Starts with, it looks like it's an even tie. That's beautiful. So it doesn't matter if you're starting your combination with a high number or a low number, the odds are 50-50. Okay, so you can either win or lose, but hopefully you pick the right starting number to win. And then the number times played. So it looks like, again, 7 is that hot number, and 8, 9, of course, is that cold number. And for our the combination that we decided to go with, that has been pulled 4 times, which seems to be the most popular combination played, the high, low. Here are your combinations that fit into that strategy. Okay. All right, let's go to the next state, Mississippi. All right, so even odd strategy, last 20 draws right here. And it looks like combinations played greater than or equal to 5. It looks like even odd seems to be the hot or most popular drawn number at a total of 8 times that it's been played. And coming in second is odd even at 5 times. And the cold numbers seem to be even and even odd that has not been played within the last 20 draws. So again, that's something to seriously consider if you want to wait on those numbers to eventually pop into the rotation of the draws. And beautiful. Even odd numbers, basically the combinations that I've either started with an even number or an odd number, again, 50-50. So the odds can be in your favor depending on which number that is drawn next, and if you have started with an even number or an odd number. And then times played greater than 5. It seems to be the number 2 seems to be a popular number, no matter, if it's the first, middle, or last number. That just seems to be that hot number that keeps showing up in the combinations. And next, following number 5. And it looks like the cold numbers, the numbers that are least showing up in the combinations, is the number 3 and the number 7. Okay, still on Mississippi, and we are looking at even odd strategy. So let's say that you want to pick the combination that is the most popular played, which we've seen earlier is even, odd. Here are the combinations that fit into that strategy. So again, if you want to play those numbers, feel free to do so, and play it the way they are shown, or change them up, change the order in which you want to play them. Okay. High-low strategy for Mississippi. Again, the same last 20 draws. So combinations played greater than or equal to 5 seems to be low, high, low has been played the most, 5 times within the last 20 draws. And that is our most hot, popular combination that has been drawn. And our least popular is the high, high, low, and the low, low, high, which has only shown up once. Okay, so you might also want to consider playing those soon or in the future. All right, and then starts with the number high number or low number, almost 50-50, but it seems like the low number is pulled more. It's the combination of starting with a lower number more often than starting off with a high number. And then times played, which number that has been played 5 times or greater than 5 times. Looks like the number 2, as before, the number 2 is still the highest number, and again the number 3 and the number 7 has been played 3 times. So that is our cult numbers that are showing up in the combination, and no matter what order. And then the last page, same information over here, but we decided to say, okay, low, high, low, since that is showing up so often. Here are the number combinations that fit into that strategy. All right, so whatever you pick, if you do decide to play them, I hope you win. Good luck. All right, next is Missouri, even odd strategy, or the numbers that have been played. So again, right here, the last 20 numbers that have been drawn, and the combos that have been played that are equal to or greater than 5. We do not have any that fit that, so let's go with the next highest number, which is even, which has been played 4 times, but so has odd, even, odd. So either one, I would say, would represent the most popular draws that have shown up within the last 20 days, or 20 draws for the evening draw, excuse me. And then the coldest number or combination is the odd, even. Again, 50-50, depending, doesn't matter if the combination started with an odd number or an even number. Either way you can go, it's a toss-up. And then the number of times a specific number has shown up in the combination in any order, it seems to be the number 3 and the number 6 are our hot numbers, and our cold numbers are number 4 and number 7. All right, I'm just going to speed this along. And then the second part to the even odd strategy, as we said, you can either pull combinations for even, or odd, even, odd. But here for this demonstration, we went with even. And here are the group of numbers you can use for that strategy in any order. All right. And let's move forward to the high-low strategy for Missouri. Again, same 20 draws. Combinations seems to be the most popular are high, low, high, low, 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 and low, high, low. They've all 3 been pulled, have been drawn 4 times within the last 20 draws, which is interesting. And the least combination that has been shown up is low, low, high at 0. But I would also consider maybe low, high, high at number 1, 2 to be also a cold combination to, consider maybe playing in the future, because again, they will eventually show up in the draws. Okay, we had starting with looks like the combination that starts off with a high number has been played a little bit more time, has been played a few more times than a combination starting off with a low number. So 11 versus 9. And same information as before, the number of times a specific number has shown up in the combination, no matter what order it is. Again, 3 and 6 are high, and 4 and 7 are cold numbers. All right. And then with the combination that has been played the most, we're looking at high, low, high, and low, low, low. For this demonstration, we went with high, low, high. So here are the numbers right here if you want to consider playing these numbers in any order. Okay, and good luck with that. All right, next state is Nebraska. All right, even odd strategy for the last 20 draws right here. Combos that are played greater than or equal to 5 is odd, even, even, which has been played 5 times. And our cold combinations that haven't played as often are even, 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 odd, odd, and odd, even, odd, which all 3 of these been pulled at least one time. And what's interesting is we have even, even, odd, even, odd, even, odd, 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 even. They've all have been pulled at least 3 times within the last 20 draws. So this one is a little tricky because it looks like it's a 50-50 chance that really any of these numbers can be played, only because these numbers they're so they're being played so often within each other. Like I said, even, odd, odd. I'm sorry, even, even, odd, odd, even, odd, 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 and odd, odd, even. I mean, there's a 50-50 chance you can get any one of those combinations. So, if you decide to go that route, I wouldn't suggest going that route, only because, I don't know, it's just too close. So I would stick with the hot and cold numbers. But I don't know, this is tricky. This is interesting. I've never seen it look like this before. So it's totally up to you. It's your call. And just, play to win and have fun. Starts with, as we can see, the odd number. A combination starting with an odd number has been pulled 12 times more than a combination that starts with an even number, which has been pulled 8 times. And the number just in general that has been played greater than 5 times, it looks like our hot number here is 4, and then coming in second would be like 9. And our cold numbers, it seems to be 2 and 3. All right. And then if you decide to go with the most popular combination that's played, which is the odd, even, even, here are the numbers to choose from. Again, it's a straight combination, but feel free to box the numbers, put them in any order as you would like if you decide to use these, and let me know if any of them are winners, and good luck with that. All right. The next state is New Hampshire, or New Hampshire. I'm not good at pronouncing the state the best, so I'm just going to say New Hampshire. Hopefully that's correct. So even, odd strategy. Here are the last 20 draws for the state, and combinations played which are equal to or greater than 5. We don't have any, so we'll go with the next highest number, which is the number 4, and that combination is even, odd, odd. And our cold number is even, even, even at 0. It has not been pulled within that combination has not been played within the last 20 draws. So it's up to you if you want to go cold or hot. And same thing with starts with even, odd, and same thing again with the number, how many times that number has shown up in any combination within the last 20 draws. And then the second part to the even, odd strategy, is we went with even, odd, odd at showing up 4 times, which is the highest times it pulled within the last 20 draws. Here are the numbers or combinations that will fall in line with that. So feel free to use those in any arrangement. And then the next is a high-low strategy right here. Last 20 draws, same thing again. And combinations that have been played the most, they're equal to or greater than 5, is the low, high, low, which has been pulled 6 times within the last 20 draws. And then our code number is low, low, high, which has, again, not been played yet. So something to consider. You might also possibly want to consider 2 other code numbers, such as high, high, low, or high, low, high. Totally up to you. Same information as before as far as, oh, I'm sorry, this is high-low. So as we can see that a combination starting with a low number has been pulled 13 times versus a combination starting with a high number, which is 7. So there's more of an advantage starting with a lower number. And then right here, same thing with the number times a specific number shows up in a particular any order of the combination, which is 1 and 3 showing up 8 times versus actually all of them have been played very well, a good mix of it. So 0, the number 0 is the least amount shown up the least amount of times, which is 4, but I still think that's a pretty good amount of times to show up in a combination. So I think it's all fair game right here. And then high-low numbers to consider picking from that group. We said low, high, low, which has been shown up 6 times in the combinations that were pulled within the last 20 draws. Here are the numbers, and feel free, if you're interested, to use those in any order, and I hope you win. And last but not least, New Jersey. I know this was a long one, and I know I was getting a little tired, but I'm glad we reached the end of this video with New Jersey. So, last 20 draws right here for New Jersey. Combinations played greater than or equal to number 5. And as we can see, odd, odd, even has been played 7 times within the last 20 draws. So this is definitely looking like a hot, popular combination to consider playing. The second runner-up is even, odd, even, which has been played 5 times. And our code numbers looks like even, odd, odd, which has not been played yet. Something to consider to play in the future. I would even consider maybe odd, 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 even, odd, or odd, even, even, but I don't want you to feel overwhelmed in trying to play all of those combinations since they look like code combinations. I would just stick to the least just to, save yourself from spending a whole lot of money. So again, that's your choice to play the popular one or the hot number combination or the least or code combination. All right. And again, right here, this looks nice. You have a 50-50 chance. So if your combination starts with an even number or odd number, they've both been pulled 10 times. So you kind of have a 50-50 chance on winning, at least with the first number in that order. And then the number in general that has been played with throughout the combinations that were played for the last 20 draws. Looks like the popular number is 0 and 8, and the code or least popular number is 2, and I would maybe consider 6. And for the even odd strategy, which group to consider as far as the most popular one, which is odd, odd, even, which has been pulled 7 times. Here are the numbers straight to consider, and again, switch them around, play them in any order as you would like. And then finally, the high-low strategy for New Jersey. Last 20 draws, same 20 draws that we were looking at before. Combinations played that are equal to or greater than 5. Looks like high, high, low is a winner or is a popular combination, which has been played 6 times. And it looks like we have 2 cold or least played combinations, which is high, low, high, and low, low, low. Same thing. Well, actually, no, this is a little different with the high, low. It looks like numbers that are starting with a high, or combinations that are starting with a high number first, seems to be pulled more than combinations that are starting with a low number at with 8 times. So that's interesting. So you might want to consider the next combination you're going to play to start with a high number. And then same thing, number of times that a particular number is played. We saw 0 and 8 at 10. And then we saw as 10 as the most popular or most number drawn. And then 2 and 6 at being the least popular number being drawn within the last 20 draws. And finally, for your high-low strategy combinations to consider playing within the next 2 to 4 days, high-low 6 times. Here are the different number combinations. Again, they are in straight form order. Feel free to rearrange them if you decide to go with these. Again, I wish you the best of luck. Thanks for sticking in there. I think this video was a little bit long, but I at least wanted to, in the very beginning, go over the thought process and method of how I came up with this strategy, how I analyze the last 20 draws. I do this all the time when I decide to play my pick 3 numbers. Again, I go even. I play even to even and midday to midday. I don't normally switch up my midday and evening times as far as when I analyze my numbers. But again, that's my strategy. Feel free to use it. Thanks for joining me. I will talk to you again next time. I'm out. Take care.